I'm going to show you how I make a living playing roulette online and teach you my methods step by step so that anyone from any location can copy my results. I've been making a living from playing roulette for over 8 years, and I've done this by making small daily profits with a low starting balance to minimize the risk. If you want to learn how to play roulette properly and actually make long-term profits, I want you to make a commitment to yourself right now and watch this video all the way through to the end. You see, most people tend to skip through these videos to see what the final profits are, but they miss out on crucial information on when and why I place the bets that I do. So commit to watching these videos all the way through. Play it in high speed if you have to, but don't skip ahead or you will miss out. Let me know in the comments if you are 100% committed to this. It's nice to know who you are, and I will definitely have a lot more time for those who are active in the comments. I would also like to thank all of you who have subscribed to this channel. I will be offering a free one-on-one coaching session worth $1,000 for every 1,000 new subscribers this channel receives. I will either select the subscriber at random or choose who I think deserves it based on the comments of these videos. Don't forget to check out roulettecalculators.com. It's a free social network where you can chat to other roulette players, share ideas and betting strategies, and learn from the best. The social network is completely free to join. There are some membership options available for the use of its calculators and betting tools. These tools are web-based so that you can use them on any touchscreen device, laptop or PC. They can also be used with any land-based or online casino that has either a US or European roulette table. If you would like a free trial to use these tools, head over to facebook.com/roulette calculators and drop me an instant message. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and drop a comment below to be automatically entered into the one-on-one coaching competition. Let's head over to the roulette tables now and see what we can do.
Hey, what's up, people? Ground is key. How you doing, buddy? So basically, we're just having a recap on the session yesterday. Basically, just showing that I did my first entry, which was a £53 profit. It was a bit of a grind, and on this session, we're going to be using the positive-negative calculator. And again, this is the second session, which I have a little bit of issues with my Mac. So the battery dies halfway through, so that's why I'm including session 2 and 3. So yeah, essentially what it is the gameplay session. Yeah, so we're on the casino there. I'm just using the manual tracker, and I'm going to go through. I will skip through a little bit. Obviously, I'm just tracking dealers. There's about 1 million episodes from Ground is Key on this one. So yeah, no, I do love the positive and negative, and you'll be pleased to know over the next few sessions is what I give this a go, and I'm trying different things. So in this particular instance, I think I'm betting 4 in, so a depth of, I think it's 6, 7, 8, 9, and if I don't get the win, I basically take that as a loss and then start again in the hope that I don't know, I think it's either 4 or 5 bets I go in on this. I know I switch between the two just to see what I can do, and if it's possible to achieve profit, then obviously take a loss, then climb back and obviously take a loss and keep doing that, but keep jumping back into profit. So that's what I was trialing on this. And for the people that are new to this tool, the positive negative calculator basically counts how many times a certain dozen or column or even section has been missed. So you know, if the first dozen has been missed, you can adjust the settings to make the section highlight, which you can see there. The first dozen is highlighted, and then the next number was 11, which is in the first dozen, so that got rid of it. So there is 2 sections. You've got the negative tracking and also the positive. And the positive is basically looking at how many times the result doesn't go back to the same dozen or column. So if it lands on, say, number 8, that's in the first dozen. If it lands on, say, number 10, which is also in the first dozen, the depth count will stay at 0. However, if it goes from the first dozen to the second or third dozen, then the depth count will increase by 1. So yeah, there's two different gameplays that I like to use on this. My favorite is actually the positive, and that's when the tool highlights orange. I always find that those depths are much lower on most tables. I believe on the next session I do the positive, and I use the auto trackers to track a whole bunch of tables, and then basically find the one that's the lowest. I think I'm explaining there, my balance is £100. I just want to take that up to 120 or plus, 120 plus, and then call that a session. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. So you can see there the second dozen is blue, which means that area hasn't been landed on in 6 spins, I believe it is. But I think I left it at the default settings. And I just wanted to maximize that. So basically I'm just betting 2 units as my starting bet. So it'll go £2. Well, it's a £2 unit. So 1 unit is £2. And you can see at the top there of the screen, it says top left, your starting bet is £2. And that's essentially what it will calculate. So 1 unit is £2. So if it says 2 units, then that would be £4, and so on. Hey Reggie boy, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Thanks for tuning in. So you can see there it went to the missed the second dozen, so I've increased it to £4, which is essentially 2 units. And that's the idea. I was looking at chasing it. It's either 4 or 5 spins on this one. Hey Turinga, how you doing, buddy? Good to see familiar faces popping back in. So yeah, that's essentially what this session is. I'm using the positive negative calculator. I'm either going 4 or 5 bets in. If I hit the 5th bet, I would count that as a loss. That went to number 20, so that's obviously given me the win, and that's taken my balance up to 106. So just getting that first win has given me 6 units profit there. But that's because it's on the second bet. So hey Alexandru, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and thank you for the likes that you've given the video. Really do appreciate that. So as I was explaining earlier, this is the second session. My first session I took £53 profit. This second session is cut short because my laptop battery dies. If you actually look at the top of the screen when I get off the XL dock, you can see my battery is really low. I completely forgot that I wasn't plugged in. I was actually charging my vape. And yeah, so that's what happened. I will skip forward a little bit on this because there is the session 3 which we add. I just want to skip through so you can see what happens. I am halfway through a progression when I can't make a bet. So there's no bet on this spin here. And there's loads of different guides and tutorials using the positive and negative tracker. If you check out Ground is Keys channel, he uses this tool. It's his holy grail of the tool. I think he prefers that out of all of the tools on roulette calculators. It was my first tool that I actually built. Because I did notice patterns. I saw it if a dozen hadn't landed in 7 spins, then I would start betting. And I remember keeping track of it on paper. It was really annoying. But for the most part, it worked. And it was actually quite a good concept. So I decided to build it into a tool so that I could track the dozens and the columns and the even sections as well. So this is the second bet that I'm doing on the 3rd dozen. So obviously it missed the 3rd dozen. It went to number 19. So we've switched that to 2 units on the 3rd dozen. And as I said, I'm willing to go, I think it was 4 or 5 bets in. I know I do change it on one of the sessions. I can't remember if I started going in 5 deep or if, I think it was. I think I started going in 5 and then thought if we actually eliminate that last bet, which would be £12, a £12 bet, then I was curious whether or not the profits would increase more or not. So on this one, we do 4. Oh, I missed that. And then you can see my Mac just freezes, and I can't remove the bet. I can't do anything. It just completely craps out on me. So I was meant to put 6 units on that third dozen. I clicked in the wrong spot, and even my cursor is struggling to move. So I realized it's because my battery was flat. You can see at the top I did plug it in. As soon as it gave me the alert, I plugged it in, but I think I was at the point of no return there. And you can see it's just very painful, the ball spinning around. So that's what happens. It happens. So again, that's another reason I don't like doing live streams. My Mac is plugged in right now. But yeah, you do like the dealer tracker, Grounders Key. That's good. My favorite tool, to be honest. I absolutely love the dealer tracker. It just really illustrates where the where the dealer's previous results was, with 100% accuracy with the measurements. Obviously doesn't necessarily mean that you're guaranteed to win, but I do like seeing sort of 100% accurate data and then making my own mind up on whether or not it would be worth placing the bet. So here you go. You can see that it went from 19 to 40. What I don't even know what bet I was on. But yeah, the last one was number 12. That went to number 6. So I would have put the next bet on this spin here, which was the third dozen, and that would have been 6 units. So that would be 2, 4, 6, 8. Then I think it's 12 or something like that. Yeah. And then it did go to the third dozen there, but I missed the bet, unfortunately. And yeah, it started behaving, and then I think it started lagging out again on me. But I decided to count that as a loss just because it wasn't a good session. But the reason I've shared it with you is just for continuity. I wanted to, I said I'll be posting the good, the bad, and the ugly every session that I do, whether it's winning or losing, or in this case, crapped out MacBook. So let me scroll through just so you can see. I think it started lagging again if I go back. Yeah, so this is actually playing, believe it or not. But yeah, it started crapping out. I would have carried on with the session if it didn't, but I was just having so many problems with it. So if I skip through a bit, I think I even checked my Wi-Fi there, the battery. Yeah, it says there that the battery wasn't even charging, so it was a bit weird. So I didn't make any more bets after that. I'm just going through so you can see. And that was pretty much it. I ended the video there. Okay, so that was session number 2. Now we're looking at session number 3 here. I'm not going to make you go through all of this again, the intro and me rabbiting on. But here we go. We'll go from here. So I open the profit loss spreadsheet. I don't think I actually entered in the value. Did I open the wrong one? Or yeah, I think I had one saved for the network. I've just realized I put 50 there. It should be 53 for the first session. I'm trying to open different ones. Let me skip forward a bit. I'm just looking at all the different spreadsheets I've got open. There we go. That was the spreadsheet there. So it's £53. The last session was -5. But I didn't top. I said I'd top the balance up to 100 for each session, but I really didn't think it was worth it. For obviously, I had £95 left in my balance there, so you can see that's still there. So I decide, I'll just put in -5, call that a loss, and then go to session number 3. So yeah, I think on this session we're doing the positive negative again. Yeah, we've got the positive negative tracker open. I'm going to skip through a little bit just because obviously tracking the numbers is a bit boring. But I just basically start entering in all these numbers. Okay, I think, did I do a bet there? I'm not sure. Okay, let's just go from here. So I set my starting bet to £2 again. I'm looking at the second dozen. That's That's now jumped up to, I think, yeah, it's on bet number 6. So that's currently at a depth of 10. So I increased the starting point for me actually to make the bets on that, on the positive. And yeah, then I think I'm up to date now. So I've entered in all that info. Again, thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it. I see a bunch of you like the video. That is much appreciated. And I will stress that most of the strategies I'm doing on these video sessions, a lot of it is experimentational, because I'm only trying to achieve a small profit on these sessions. And I figured I'm using different tools, because normally I just mainly use the dealer tracker for all of my videos. So I wanted to give a little bit of something for everyone. So I'm using all the different tools. I'm trying out different betting strategies, methods, how deep to go into a chase, trying betting from the beginning, the get-go. This session was a little bit of a grind as well. And that's because I was betting 4 or 5 in, and if I didn't get the win within those spins, I would take that as a hit and then start again to see if I can build the balance back up without continuing the progression. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Let me just skip forward a little bit. Okay, so we've got the top column is highlighted there. So I've got in with my £2 bet. That went on number 1, so that's obviously the bottom column. So basically, I'll just do the highlights here. So the top and the middle column haven't been seen in like 6 spins. So it's just stayed on that that bottom column every spin for the last 6 or 7 spins there. So yeah, 6 on the top, 7 on the top, 6 on the middle. If you notice, I'm not chasing both of them. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's more to keep track of. And also it's, you know, it can get expensive if you're doing two chases. And as you can see, that bottom column is just smashing it now. So the bet I put out is £6. So that's the third bet that I've placed. So 2, 4, 6. So that's 3 units. My unit size is £2. Hey Zane, yeah, I'm good, thanks buddy. Thanks for asking. How's it going in Australia? What's it like over there? Pretty good weather? Right, okay, sorry, I forgot to mention I did get the win on that one when number 9 came in, and I've switched to the middle dozen, and I got that bet in and won straight away on that one. I'm looking at the middle row. That's at a depth of 9, and I think I'm going to avoid it unless it goes to a depth of 10 or 12 or something like that. I can't remember. Roulette sessions are just a blur to me. But I'm a bit upset because during this video that you're watching, I was just talking all the way through it, but I had my mic muted. So it was pretty disheartening, especially these longer videos. Obviously I'm talking, you can see there I'm explaining stuff. Oh look, the third dozen's on a depth of 5. But yeah, none of the audio got recorded, so that was emotional. But I learned from my mistake. So it's this session and tomorrow's session that I'll be live streaming, and then the rest I'll just upload as the videos, and the audio was working for the rest of them. When I checked the first 4 sessions, I was like, ah, shit. So I fixed that. We're on the first bet here on the third dozen. So doing £2 on there. Zane, did you ever give the positive negative tracker a go? I know you like the dealer tracker, but did you ever give the positive negative a go? So now I'm doing the second bet on the third dozen, which is £4. That went to number 2. So we go on to the next bet, which is, I believe, the third bet on here. And we're increasing that to 6. So basically it's moving up in units. We do 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, 6 units. Then I think it's 9, or is it 12? 6, 9, 12. I think it goes, yeah, 6, 9, 12. I'll have a look in a bit because I know I do max out on a couple of bets there. I did get the win on that one, so that put me up to £111. So that's £11 profit there. And I don't think we've gone past the third bet on any of these. It is 9, is it? Okay, thanks, Grinders Key. And I didn't so much worry about dealer changes while I was using the positive negative. I do worry about dealer changes if you're using the area key tool or the dealer tracker. But for the positive negative, I don't worry about it too much. Maybe I should, I don't know. Grinders Key, have you had any experience with that? Do you not worry about the dealer change, or do you just end the session or switch to another table, start tracking again? I think I'm explaining here. Number 31 is 11%. It's been hit 11% out of the spins there. Right, I'm going to skip through a little bit until we got the next bet out. Just there you go. So the top section's highlighted now. Hopefully it will, I'll scroll down and show you what the depth is at. So you've been playing mainly automated tables. Yeah, I do actually switch to the auto tables, I believe, on tomorrow's session. So I hit that one straight away. That put me to 115. And yeah, I do switch. It's either tomorrow or the session after to auto tables. And I believe I do the positive instead of the negative. Again, I was just experimenting, trying different things. I will skip through again because this video is a bit of a grind when I'm playing this one. So I got the win there. I was £1 away from hitting my target of 120. I believe I set the rule to £20 profit on this session. It might actually be on the next session. I'm not entirely sure. But I know I did. Okay, yeah, no, I did actually achieve the profit. So realistically, I should have withdrawn that £23 profit there. But I think because on the first session, in my head, I was like, okay, if I make £50 on each session, we'll call that a day. When I say a day, I don't just play one session in a day. I usually play 2 or 3 sessions in a day. So yeah, before, when I use the dealer tracker, I usually try and double my balance. So if I've got 100 in there, I'll try and take it to 200. If I got 200, I'll try and take it to 400. And that's okay, just doing like one session a day, or one session every other day. But when I'm doing small stakes, I like jumping on the table. You can generally get the profit fairly quickly. You can see I've actually achieved the profit there, and that was 17 minutes. But now I'm going for going for another bet there. It's on 4, so 4 units. Yeah, I'm not sure. Have I switched to £1? Oh, I think I was trying to go for 125 on this particular session, so I dropped the unit size down. Maybe I'm not sure. So it's 6 now. I have to double check this because yeah, it was about a week ago when I recorded this session. But I know on one of these I take a hit, I don't get the win, and I stop. I'm curious to see if it is a depth of, well, the 5th bet or the 4th bet where I decide to stop. I don't so much have a daily target. It just depends. Usually when I'm using the dealer tracker, I tend to judge it by how the dealer's performing. If I'm just getting wins back to back to back, like on some of my sessions I do, you know, I get 8 or 9 wins in a row, that I usually play a bit more then. But if I see them starting to chop and change a bit, then I look at my balance and I'm like, okay, no, I've done well there. You know, I don't need to carry on. So yeah, this is the one where it kicks my ass. So I think I stopped betting now. It went to a depth of, was it 13 there? And let me just go back. I wasn't sure what that last bet was. Okay, it's 12. Yeah, so I did 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. So that was 5, yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. That was 5 bets in that I went there. So I count that as a loss. And this was just my curiosity. If I just start again without continuing that progression, would I have got the win? And you can see that I would have got the win if I did make the next bet. And that's a frustrating part of it, because a lot of the times you will get the win, but if you don't, with the progression when it gets so high, if you don't get the win and the streak just carries on, then you're just going to wipe out your entire bankroll, and that's not the game. That's not the game. In general, it depends. I don't need the money, if that makes sense. I love playing the game, but I don't so much need the money. I'm a magician as well. I perform magic at venues and do other bits, and I love that. I also do a lot of videos for companies. So I do like how-to videos and introductions and tutorials and things like that on sort of Fiverr and Upwork, and I work for a few different companies. So yeah, I mean, in general, I mean, at the moment, recently, my targets have been to achieve £20 in a session, and I'd usually do 2 or 3 sessions a day. So, you know, maybe £60, £50 or £60. I don't know what currency do you use, Turinga? I mean, that £50 is about 100 Australian dollars. I think it's about 80 US dollars, and probably about the same, like 80 euro. No, 100. I don't know. I'm losing my marbles. Yeah, no, euros. It'd actually be a bit more, wouldn't it? I think it would be about 100. No, about £50 would be about 60, 70 euros, I guess. So, but before, if you look at my previous sessions, I do, you know, I play it a bit more, and I'm looking at making sort of 100 or £200 in a session using the dealer tracker. But like I say, a lot of it is gauging what the dealer's doing. But I have noticed doing small sessions, trying to grab sort of £20-30 profit, and then leaving the session, and then coming back at maybe 2-3 hours later, doing another session and trying to hit £20 again. So no, I haven't watched that link yet. I've been crazy busy. Obviously, I've just recently come back from the UK, and I'm just trying to catch up with things. I've got loads of hotels wanting to book me for different things because tourism started up again here in Samui. We've got they've dropped the restrictions with vaccinations and things like that. So yeah, I've been crazy busy. Obviously, I've got a fiance and a daughter. She's nearly 2. She's 2 next week. Not next week, is it? It's the 6th, yeah, in 2 weeks. She's going to have an early birthday then. So you can see my balance is at 95, starting to claw it back. Okay, did I miss a bet there? I don't know. But yeah, I'm up to 99. I just want to show you, because this video is 40 minutes long. So I'm skipping through to shorten it. So we're going back on the first dozen there. Of course, we hit that straight away. So I'm back in profit again, even after that wipeout. So, but I did get to 100, I think it's 121 or 122. But yeah, unfortunately, I had that streak that went past 5 bets. Now, in the olden days, I used to just keep going. So I just go 1, 2, 3. And if you look on one of my first videos on this channel, you see me use I play it in high speed because it was a long session. I think it was about 3 or 4 hours. But I start with a low balance. So I'm just betting every step of the way on an auto table. But back then, I never really saw the positive depths go above 6. I could track 1,000 spins and it wouldn't go above 6. So I don't know if it's changed. If the auto tables have cottoned on to that and their spin algorithm or their magnets or whatever they use, it changed it. But yeah, I just don't find the tables behaving as nice as they used to. So yeah, that's what happened. So I'm having a bit of a lag issue on that. So oh, you've been on holiday in Pattaya? Ah, very nice. What did you think of Pattaya? I didn't really like it when I went there. It was there was just too many prostitutes and ladyboys that kept pestering you all the time. You never really got a break. It was just constant hassle. I live in Koh Samui, the island there, and it's still got the same. And I've got some very good ladyboy friends as well. I've got nothing against ladyboys at all. Katoi is the Thai word, but yeah, I mean, generally down here, they just prefer being a lady instead of a boy, but they're not constantly trying to hook up with you, which I found in Pattaya. How did you find Pattaya? I didn't really. I only stayed there one night. I didn't like it, and I just decided to come straight back to Samui. Right, so I think I'm explaining this sheet again, talking about that. Let's skip forward a little bit. So yeah, I'm at 103 there. Let's go through. So I start betting on the third dozen. Let's carry on from there. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not. It is. You've got to respect the culture. Obviously, I live here, so I have to respect the culture. I'm a guest here, really, even though I've been here quite a while. But yeah, if you're an expat anyway, you have to respect the local culture. But for me, Koh Samui is the place. So if ever you want to visit Thailand, check out Koh Samui. It's got everything. You've got a quiet side, you've got a busy side. Oh, you've been with your wife? Okay, well, I mean, that makes a huge difference. If I'm on my motorbike riding around here, every massage shop that I go past, they were like, massage here, sexy man, here, sexy, love you long time, and all of this stuff. But if I've got my fiance on the back, no one says anything. So it's actually quite nice, taking the missus out of you. You don't get hassled as much. Yeah, I mean, Thailand's an amazing place. There's so many things and really beautiful place. The only thing that I don't like is the wiring. All of, in the US, the UK, you've got electric lines and they're all fairly neat and tidy. I mean, they generally are for the electric, but they have a fiber optic line to every house. They don't have a main box, then it distributes it out. You have a direct line. And while that's great for, I think I get 300 or 400 meg upload and download, that's great. But you've got about 1,000 wires below the electric lines, and it just looks horrible. It looks really nasty. In Chaweng, which is I say a city, I guess it is a city, big town, they've actually taken all of the wires and put them underground, which is beautiful, but it did take them about 4 years to do. I hope that they do it across the board, because that would just make this place absolutely insane. It's already stunning here, but there's just a few things that I don't like And again, if you're driving over here, absolute nightmare. There's no drink driving laws. There's no speeding laws. You know, you can just be I've done it. So having a can of beer in the hand whilst riding a moped with no helmet, going ciao, which is good. But when you die, you make a mess. But with that said, you've got all of the tourists that come here that just get completely tanked up, smashed out their heads, riding mopeds. So you really have to watch out, because, you know, it's kind of crazy. And I was one of those guys, you know, probably about 10, 15 years ago, when I used to come out here, because I used to come out here for 3 months of the year, every year. And yeah, I used to be one of those guys, just like no regard for what's going on. Okay, so I'm at £12 again. So I think this is the other whack where I get taught a lesson by the roulette gods. Just going 5 bets in wasn't working. I'm not sure if I get this one or if this is the painful spin. Went to 27. Yeah, so I missed that one. And again, I decide to call that a loss. Use the tuk-tuk. Yeah, we don't have so many tuk-tuks here. Right, okay, I'm pointing out here that negative has been out for a hell of a long time. And I said, I'm not going to carry on with the progression. I'm just going to start from the get-go. And of course, it goes to 0. But yeah, so I start again, doing £4 and so on. Yeah, we don't really have tuk-tuks here. We have, they're called Sontao, which it's like a 4x4, which, you know, like a pickup truck sort of thing. The whole back's been converted into like an open taxi. So you've got a bench either side. And they're really good. I think it's usually about 50 baht, which is about £1.20 to go anywhere on the island. So, yeah, I mean, I've got a bike and a car here now, so I don't rely on the public transport. Fuel prices have gone up here immensely as well. It's still half the cost of England, but it used to be, you know, it used to be like very cheap, 30, 40 pence for a litre. Now it's about £1. But there you go, so you got the win. But you can see £83. I dropped down to 77, I believe it was, doing this. And now I'm just playing sort of catch up. You can see, oh, I'm pointing out that positive chase that I quit out of, I'd now be having to put £60 on the table to try and follow it. And again, it would have missed. I'm just pointing out how far these things can go. It's currently at a depth of 16. So if you just kept following that into the progression, you're going to wipe out your balance. Even if you got like £300 in there, it's just going to add up. And yeah, so you do need to have a cutoff point when doing any type of progression. So you see that's gone to 34. So that is another miss on that positive. That's the section that wiped me out. Oh, you know, I hit. So I'd be having to put £134 on the table to try and win. I think it would be like £2 profit. So it's just it's one of those things. You've got to have a cutoff point with any system. If you're doing the martingale, even like Fibonacci or any of those, you have to have your cutout point. So that brought it in then. But you'd have had £134 on the table, plus all of the accumulation that you bet to get to that point. So I think I jump out of that table. I wasn't happy with it. My balance is at 87, so I started climbing up. Let me skip forward a bit. Yeah, so this is where I go to auto roulette, because I thought the live dealer just wasn't cutting it for me. So yeah, I skip through. Okay, so I start betting here. This is the deepest negative has gone to 5. Obviously, I haven't got a huge amount of data tracked, but that's currently on a depth of 5. So I decide to go in on that. And again, I'm doing £2 starting bet. I didn't update it in the actual thing where it says your starting bet. I think I do eventually. But yeah, has anyone else who's watched or who's watching at the moment been to Thailand? Ground is key. Have you ever left the north? I can't do your accent. Hello and welcome to the Roulette and Sport. No, I can't do it. Sports betting channel. I should be able to do it. My fiance's from Blackburn, so she's like, "You're out, love. Does me hair look like shite?" I think that's more Yorkshire, isn't it? Right, so we are on the second bet on the bottom. You never been to Thailand? Been to other places? Was that laugh at my pathetic attempt at the accent? So that came in on a depth of on my second bet there. So that's put me back to £93. Like I said, it's a bit of a grind, but if I followed that positive, I would have wiped out the entire balance. So that's pretty much the point I'm trying to make is, you know, whatever strategy you use, make sure you've got a cutoff point and don't go too far into a progression, because the further you go in, the more, obviously the more chances you have of hitting the win, but the value that you're putting out there doesn't justify the win. So that's why I was experimenting. If I only make 5 bets, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, then typically I can recoup that by just taking a step back and then starting again. It's frustrating, it really is. Obviously, if you're building your balance and then you suddenly drop down, it is frustrating, and most people just start increasing the bets to try and get the balance back to where it was quickly. And my advice is don't do that. That's always a disaster. You know, well, not always a disaster, but in the long run, you will typically lose more. If you just have small targets, my target in this particular session was to get to £25, and I got to £21 or £22 profit, and then I just had a bit of bad luck, and it set me back. Then I started climbing again, and then it set me back again, and now I'm just clawing my way back to try and climb the balance back up. So I'm on this bet again. The first dozen, I believe that's set to 6, is it? Oh no, depth of 5 I'm going for. So if a particular dozen misses 5 times, then yeah, it highlights. So Zane, you've been to Phuket. I still haven't been to Phuket. I've been to Krabi. I've been to pretty much everywhere. You know, Pattaya, I've been to Chiang Mai, all the islands like Koh Tao, Koh Samui, Koh Phangan. I did the island hopping from Krabi as well. I went to like Koh Lipi, Koh Lanta. Then I went all the way across the islands down to Langkawi, which is Malaysia. And then obviously I've been different places in Malaysia as well. But Koh Samui is my home. That's the best place I've been. You know, I've been all over Jamaica, Brazil, Florida. I've been everywhere, all the Canary Islands. But Koh Samui for me is just home. The Thai people are so nice and so friendly. And like, here's a story. I mean, obviously the Thai wages are very low here. The average sort of wage is about 500 baht a day, which is about £12 or, 24 Aussie dollars for a whole day. And usually their days are 10 to 12 hours. It's not like a 8-hour job. And anyway, I had my MacBook Pro. It was a top of the range one. It was about £3,500 that I paid for it. And I went on a snorkeling trip. This is going back sort of 8-9 years ago. And I got a minibus there. And then I went and did the snorkeling for like 6 or 8 hours or something, just going around the islands and stuff. And I didn't realize that I left my laptop on the bus. I completely forgot. And obviously it's a MacBook Pro, so they know that they're expensive. And when I got back, the bus driver waited there the whole day for me to come back. He's like, hey, you leave this. And I'm like, holy shit, they're some of the nicest and honest people that you know. And I was so grateful. Obviously, it had all of my accounts and loads of stuff that I should have backed up, but I didn't. And obviously the value of the MacBook was sort of like worth more like 30-40 grand English for me, because if I lost all of that data, I would have been screwed. I had website projects that I had on there that I was doing for other clients, and like tons of stuff on there. And yeah, he waited there, and I think I gave him the equivalent of, I think it's about £300 or £400 as a thank you. And he was like, no, I don't want it. But yeah, I forced him to take it. You're like, dude, take it. But it was just some of the nicest people in the world, really are. Yeah, Zane, pop over, man. It'll be good to see you. Have you been to Koh Samui yet? I don't think you have. You've just been to Phuket. But if yeah, come over to Koh Samui. I'll show you around, and we've got some amazing eateries around here. You'll love it. There's tons of gyms here as well. There's like a gym on every street. Maybe do some Muay Thai classes or something. Muay Thai boxing. So where am I? I'm £85 with £6 on the table. And that's gone to 18, so that's given me the win there. So yeah, that's put me back to 103, which is, I believe, where I was before I got wiped out by the last dealer. Going straight in on the bottom dozen here. And yeah, the few sessions that I've done after this are nowhere near as long. So, you know, I know the first sort of two that I've shown you was a bit of a grind on both sessions. But like I said, I think that's important to show you as well, because I know a lot of the videos, and usually it happens to me. I usually jump on a table, track a dealer. I'm like, wow, that looks great. I start betting and I sort of win several spins in a row. And then that's the end of the session. And I get a lot of people like, you know, saying, oh, it looks really easy for me. It's not always the case. You know, it's not always plain sailing. But the idea behind these videos is to kind of show you that you can grind sometimes, and you have to build your balance up, and sometimes you get a setback and then you have to build your balance again. And that happened, you know, it does happen. It is nice when you get the sessions where you just chuck a couple of bets out and you're like, woohoo. And that's why I love the Paroli system, you know, where you bet £2 on a number. If it comes in, you double that to 4. If that comes in, you double it to 8. If that comes in, you're sort of 200 up, you know. And I get those sessions, but I don't. You really have to be careful when doing the Paroli. You need to find a dealer that is absolutely nailing one area, and you still have to know that anything can still happen, even though that they're favoring that one section of the wheel. If the ball hits the diamond or one of the riffles, slightly funny, it can ping back, or it can just go all over the place. So, you know, there is so much to take into account. But like Grounders Key says as well, small profits, multiple small profits, that's usually the way forward. And that's what I'm trying to illustrate on this particular session. I'm doing low stakes just because, you know, most, you know, like small ways of making small profits and climbing. It is quicker for me just to go on the dealer tracker and do sort of 50p and do a one bet progression. So if I miss the area, I progress to £1. If I miss that, I take that as a loss, and then I either look for a new dealer or watch the dealer. And typically you can get the profit a lot quicker. But with the balance that I've got, doing things like that, you'd be better using the Smartingale system. Unfortunately, this casino doesn't have many tables that are low stake. It's usually £1 minimum per number. So you can't really do a progression, because I've stated that I'm going to start with £100 on every session, just to illustrate that you can still make long-term profits with a low balance if you're smart, and also if you're patient as well, and take the losses with the wins. That's really important. I think I ranted on about that yesterday, like, you know, but it's true. It's so true. I used to be really impatient. And a lot of people say that when they've watched me do live streams and I get a decent win, they said that, you know, I don't change my energy or voice. I don't go, woo, yeah, I won, you know, because I kind of leave my emotions and feelings at the door when I play roulette. I don't want to get emotionally invested. I see it as numbers, and, you know, it's quite hard to explain. You know, people probably think I'm a sociopath because I don't show any emotion when playing. But yeah, I mean, as soon as you do, I see people getting angry, and then they just start betting bigger and bigger to recoup their losses, and then it just kicks your ass. And at the end of the day, that's not what it's about. It's about making small profits here and there. So I'm back to 117. Okay, so I did say it was a bit of a grind. I had 2 setbacks, and that's going 5 bets in using the positive negative instead of chasing it all the way down the rabbit hole. I'm pointing out the positive dozens is at a depth of 4. Oh, you got impatient earlier and chased a few numbers for a long and ended up you beat the balance back down to 25. Yeah, it happens, man. I do notice on some of your videos, if you get fixated on an intersection area, you don't let it go. Sometimes you do, but I've seen a few times you're just like, it's gonna come in. You're like, I've got a feeling it's definitely gonna come in now. And it's like number 17 has come in. That's a good sign. Definitely gonna come in now. But you know as well as me, roulette is roulette. It can kick your ass and it can also reward you. So it's just and yeah, I used to be really bad with things like that. Especially if I was looking, games like this, when you're looking at the negative, you're like, it hasn't come in 18 spins. It has to. It doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't. It's still got the same odds of coming in as the first spin. But I'm just taking in like laws of averages, and it should come in. And typically, when you're making the bets, you do get the wins. I'm at 121. I think I'm still going for 125 in this. I'm not sure. But I know from the future sessions, I'm like, as soon as I hit 120 plus, that's it for me. I'm not sure if that was the case this time. Thanks for everyone watching. I see there's a whole bunch of you on there. If you do like these sort of videos, I appreciate it if you give the video a like. And thanks to the 9 of you that have already liked the video. Much appreciated. If you subscribe to the channel, if you haven't already, we're doing 30 sessions back to back. So I can show you how I make a living playing roulette, doing small daily profits, never going big, using a low starting balance, and just playing it day by day, taking the losses with the losses, the wins with the wins. And, I'm trying to show you how I on average get 8 wins out of 10 sessions. So if you can make the profit in that time, then as we progress on this series, you'll see that my profits will far outweigh my losses. And I can say that with confidence because I've been doing it for 8 years. And, it is roulette. I mean, it's still gambling. I can't guarantee that I'm going to win every session. I can't even guarantee that I will end up in profit at the end of this 30 session series. But I'm going to say I'm 100% confident that I will end up in profit because it's what I do. I've been playing this for 8 years. Once you sort of know the formula, know when to stop betting, that's probably more important than everything playing roulette, is knowing when to stop, because that's the gambler's biggest downfall. Most gamblers just don't know when to stop, and greed always kicks in, and they're always striving to make more and more, and they always want more, and that's the danger there. So there you go. I took the balance to £125. That was the goal. As you saw, I got my ass kicked twice. I had 2 setbacks, but so far £78 up. The second session, I mean, I counted the £5 loss, but as you saw earlier in the video, my MacBook battery died, and it wouldn't let me make the bets. If I did make the bet, I would have carried on with that session. But yeah, so there you go. And I show at the end of each video me withdrawing just for continuity, so you can see that I'm withdrawing the profits. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this session. I can see that there's 12 minutes left of this video. So again, I was probably ranting on for another, what's that? We're 54 minutes in, there's 12 minutes left. So yeah, I was ranting on for like another 12 and a half minutes, explaining what I'm doing, why I do it, talking about the sheets, talking about the documents, yet my mic was switched off. So the whole video I have to obviously stream. Tomorrow's the last one. Tomorrow's the last stream, and then all of the videos will be uploaded and will be available at 1 p.m. UK time every day for the next, I guess it's going to be 27 days. Yeah, so I guess that's what we're doing. So we've done 3 sessions, I'd say 2 and a bit. 3 sessions. I've had a £53 win on the first, £5 loss on the second, £25 profit on the third. And yeah, really appreciate everyone who tuned in, who's watching these things, and appreciate the likes and comments and all of the love that you guys give me. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe. Oh, wait. I can do this. Check this out. Ready? Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. Yeah. See, Grounder's Key, I'm learning how to use OBS. But yeah, really do appreciate you guys watching. The next session, I believe I'm using the positive negative calculator again, but I think I'm just doing the positive chase, betting from the get-go from a depth of 0. So every spin I'll be making the bet. It's a bit more exciting. I think I go 4 bets in, 4 or 5 bets in, and if it's a bust, I'll reset and start again. So I think that's tomorrow's session. I did record it, but I'm gonna have to stream it again because that's the last video that the audio, the mic was turned off. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow in 23 hours time. And yeah, thanks for all the comments as well there. Let me just read some in case I've missed some. Grinder's Key said, still showing a small profit, Zane, but we'll wait till Sunday to place further bets on GG's. What's that? Good games? GG's? That's probably like sports betting or something. Zane, thanks for showing, Ed. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate that. Thanks, Zane. Great video, Ed. Thanks, mate. Yeah, appreciate that. Take care, guys. I hope you enjoyed this session. I just want to skip through just to make sure I didn't show you withdrawing the profits, I don't think. Let me go back to the video. Let's skip forward a little bit. I'm just chatting shit, explaining different bits. But I just want to show you that I didn't place any more bets. I want the continuity there. So scroll through. If it doesn't show me withdrawing, then I probably withdraw on the next video. Yeah, okay. I must have withdrawn on the next video. So on the next video clip tomorrow, you should see me withdraw that £25. I must have forgot on that particular session. I'm going to leave you guys with the end screen now. Again, I really do appreciate all of you watching, taking part, being part of the social network, and ultimately part of the family.